Hi, Grandma. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. Sunday blessings, family. Sunday blessings to you. I appreciate you being here. My cat's being noisy, as always. And I think our friend Adam, Percolated Fish, is going to come up and talk.
What's new with Google Ads?
Sorry, guys. Apologize. We had to rearrange his schedule a bit. Hey, Bruce. He normally comes up on Sunday afternoons. Now he's going to come up, I believe, tonight. Bruce said hi. Appreciate you being here, Bruce. And we're just, I believe we're going to free wing it. Whatever comes up, we're going to talk about. If you have questions about anything that we've ever discussed ever before, if you have questions about stuff that we've never discussed before, feel free to ask. If there's any subject that you want to talk about. Give me a second, guys. Just a second. Hey, Sniper. Sniper says, Bruce, greetings. So we have, in October, Goldie's going to come up 2 more times and continue her journey to where she is now. Next one's going to be the next part of the journey. Don't want to give too much away. It's going to be a little harrowing. It might actually have viewer discretion advised. Monday, we're back to business with Miss Flipper. Tomorrow, coming up. Oh, that's awesome, Bruce. I'm glad to hear it. Hey, Bruce, is the video helping? Is the video that you made helping at all? I hope so, my friend. So Monday with Miss Flipper. Tuesday afternoon, a new friend of mine. He is a Course Miracles student teacher. He's a mystic. Dave Fair. He is in Great Britain too. I don't believe I know where. He's going to come up and we're going to talk non-duality. We're going to talk Course of Miracles. We're going to talk ego. We're going to talk all kinds of stuff. Hey, Leo. Leo, we were talking about you today. Brian Lane and I were talking about you. Can't talk burpees without. Thank you, Leo. Leo is 9 months. You cannot talk burpees without talking about Leo. He has done it all. And then some. And still doing things. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. And just because burpees isn't in my title doesn't mean I don't like. Doesn't mean that I don't like talking about burpees. I certainly do. Bruce says, "It's up to you, Leo. You won't regret it, Bruce." Leo says, "So I have so much to do still. All love, brother. Thank you, Leo. Man, I can't wait to see what you do, what more you can accomplish." Video has gotten attention, but no donations yet. I'm hoping it draws the right people to you. Bruce says, "Awesome, Leo. I'm glad you made progress." Bruce said, "Hi." Oh, Tuesday night. Squirrel Sniper. Hey, Sniper, do you have a particular title that you would like to use for Tuesday night? Like, I think I said Tuesday with Snipers, but you want the Tuesday Mystical School with Sniper? Thank you, Leo. Thank you so much, my friend. Lentil Fund, and I am getting due for a big ass bag of lentils. I buy my lentils in 25-pound bags. 25-pound bag will last me probably 3 to 4 months. So when we talk about lentil fun, it definitely goes to lentil fun, and it keeps me eating. My diet is so simple. Although I've recently added peanut butter in the diet, thanks to Cat and Jack, and I have no regrets. All natural peanut butter. It has peanuts, it has salt, a little bit of salt. Thank you again, Leo, my friend. I don't suppose, and Bruce just subbed. I don't suppose there's anyone else here who's not subbed to Leo. If you're been following along my channel, you got to know Leo. Double check and make sure that you're connected. Hey, Michael. Michael, great job with your comic strip. As I mentioned before, that's ingenious. Oh, Wednesday. Lori Coburn, who is or at least was, she might be retired from being a therapist. She was a practicing therapist and teacher of A Course in Miracles. She will be up. We're going to talk about breaking free of the egoic patterns that imprison us in a limited life, in a limited lifestyle. I'm excited. I'm excited about my channel. I'm excited about what happened last night, that I got to hang out with Big Al to close down the show. And we rocked the Beatles, Let It Be. Speaking of which, our friend Big Al is here, says, who's that handsome chap? Oh, that is my reflection in the screen. Oh, look, Yogi's there too. I'm the other handsome chap. Bruce says, it's up to you as well, Michael Burkeen. Michael is awesome, Bruce. Michael says, thank you very much, Bruce. And you too, Big Al. Big Al's pretty awesome too. Big Al says, thanks, Bruce. Dropping a sub back. Bruce, Big Al is my singing partner. He makes me sound good by proxy. Bruce said, I appreciate that. Oh, all right. Semper says, give me 5 minutes to rack my noggins. Gotcha. Yeah, whatever title you like. Yeah, definitely, Bruce. Feel free. Always feel free to use my channel, my live stream, to help your channel, or to help any certain aspect of your life that you need a little bit of help with. Big Al says, "Got you, Bruce Smith, sub buddy." So this is a link for Bruce Bain. Bruce Bain, who has a short. He is asking for a little bit of help. He has a goal. He's trying to raise $125 to finish off meeting the rent for the month. If anyone would like to help, or even just watch the video so it gets shared out more, and that falls into the right hands, the right person finds it. Remember, there's all kinds of ways to help. Not everyone is going to be able to afford to drop a few dollars. And sometimes all it takes is a few dollars. But you can share it out. So if it says, how about the Alchemist Saloon or Hermetic Tuesdays? Worth a poll. Let's see. One second, guys. Setting up the poll now. Thank you, Share Bear. Thank you so much. There we go. Cast your vote. Thank you so much, Share Bear. Bruce Ben drops a zinc for his Cash App. What's up, Tiger King? Michael says, I got you back to Bruce. Awesome. Bruce is subbed to Share Bear. Share Bear says hi to Tiger. Tiger King, do you want to come up and chat for 10 minutes? I'm thinking Adam's going to be coming. Bruce says awesome. Share sub back to Bruce. Hey, Bruce, where are you right now with your... are you able to live stream yet? Well, you're not going to be in the bath all night, are you? Michael says, thanks to the sub, I'm only 16 away from reaching 700. Never saw this coming. Awesome, Michael. Hey, Darren. Darren, nice to see you. Blue Moon says, how about this Saturday show, Live Mate? You said that last week, Tiger King. That's why I don't make, like, set plans. It's always going to be spontaneous. When I have these free moments before someone comes up, or if someone's not coming up, I'll ask you. I think you could clear up a whole lot of confusion if you came up. I think you would find things would change a lot if you came up. I could be wrong. I often am. But when you put a face to someone, everything changes. When you see that someone is a regular guy, their own struggles in life, their own issues. Kat says, on the phone with my little one, but I'm here now. Well, thank you, Kat. Say hi for me. You know what I mean? How much is demystified when you actually get a chance to hang out with someone, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and you see that, man, that person has their own struggles just like I have mine. That's why I keep asking. Otherwise, Tiger King, I would have given up by now. If I didn't believe in you, if I didn't have faith in you, I would have just given up. Kat says, I don't know what the heck the poll is about, so I don't know what to answer. Tuesday with Squirrel Sniper. The name of what we want to title his episode. So the Tuesday night Sniper live stream, the Alchemist Saloon, or the Hermetic Tuesday, or Hermetic Tuesday. I like the first one. I think so far everyone does too. Something about that word alchemist. Let's see. Michael says Yogi has a very welcoming presence, if that's what you're worried about. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate hearing that. Hey, Heavenly Star. How are you? Salon. Gotcha. So is it salon? The salon is not just for hair? Definitely not so for me. Hey, how about the Alchemist Cafe? What do you think of that, Sniper? Tiger King says, Heavenly, how are you? Bruce says, Blue Moon, Tiger King. Yes, in spirit, yes. Yep. Sniper says, Cat and Jack from my Tuesday chat. So I don't know if our friend Adam's going to make it tonight. It's early. Hey, Lady Sky. How are you, my friend? Lady Sky, are we still on for Dolly Parton next week? Or whenever? No pressure. There's never any pressure, my friend. Cats waves and sends some love to Lady Sky. Lady Sky says she's doing all right. Yogi, how are you? I'm good, my friend. Heavy says, hi, my beautiful sister cat. Hey, Willa. Willa, how are you? How are the puppies? Heavy says, my Share Bear. Share Bear sends some love to Willow. Everyone is sending love to everyone. I appreciate that, guys. I'm sorry, Willow. Reach out if you need to. Thank you, Share Bear. Cat says, Willow, send some love. We're all sending love to you too, Willow. Lady Sky says, I got to see the lyrics if I sing a Dolly Parton song. We'll figure something out. It's yeah, just too much at the moment. I'm sorry, my friend. Doing pretty good, Willow. You know we're always here for you, right? Heavenly says, love you, sister cat. Heavenly, how was your weekend? You do any drawing today? Cat says, I love you, Heavenly. Yep, we can do some breath work. And we will do it in just a minute. How about if we do our standby? It's been a little while since we've done it. 4-7-8 breath. I think the last time we did do this. You're welcome, my friend. Anyone else in for some breath work? It's okay, Heavenly. Heavenly said she was sorry for not being able to sing on your stream yesterday, Yogi Bear. It's okay, especially because just the day, 2 days before, Thursday, I got to hear you sing Country Roads. That makes up, getting to hear you sing on your live stream made up for everything. Lady Sky says, can we do some not be too shy work, Yogi? I'm a very shy person. Yes, don't be so shy. Um, I think a lot of what we talk about all the time, I think a lot of what the guests that come up, what they talk about, all help with not being shy. You want to know, this prayer has been a fixture in my life for a long time. Uh, but a guest of ours on Monday, David Hoffmeister, brought it up again. Let me read this, Willow, and then we'll do the breath work. So, Lady Sky, you are shy, but you are connected to Spirit. You are connected to the Holy Spirit. You are connected to the best and better aspect of yourself that always knows exactly what to do and exactly what to say. We just need to remember to ask that part of ourselves, and it's not separate from us. We just need to remember to ask that part of ourselves to help us, to speak through us, to speak for us, to speak as us, because it's our true reality. So this is a little prayer, and I'll put it in the chat in a minute. I think it'll fit. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him to heal me, as I let Him teach me to heal. Now, the key isn't to say this. Let me put it in the chat. The key isn't to say this every time before you speak, or even remember it every time that you speak. The key is to use this as a prayer. I'm going to have to cut it into little, didn't quite fit. One second. I haven't forgotten, Willa. Hey, Lady Sky, I might have to send this to you email. Maybe not. We'll see. So again, the key isn't, you don't have to try to remember this, but use it as a prayer. Use it as a morning prayer when you wake up. Use it as an afternoon prayer, a little bit of a break, and then use it as a prayer before bed. And you are invoking that greater presence to speak through you. That it's going to work even through your shyness. It's going to work straight through you. So I'm going to put this in two parts. I just want to have it in this for you. That's the first part. That's the second part. Hey, Marlon. Oh, hey, Adam. Had the notification. It was waiting till 5. Did I get did I put the right time in? Did I mess up there, Adam? All right. What was the question there? Fish, how you day been? Oh, can I ask a question? If you come up this Saturday, can people post their YouTube? This one thing worried about? I don't understand what you're worried about, Blue Moon. Blue Moon, I'm not asking you to come up and perform. I'm just asking you to come up and say hi and talk to me for 10 minutes. That's okay, Adam. Lady Sky says, thank you for the encouragement, Yogi. You're welcome, Lady Sky. And we'll just keep talking about it. Here's one of the things that really helped me. Meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be complicated. You can use that little prayer as meditation. You just think it, memorize it, think it slowly to yourself, one little word at a time, letting each word like drop in your subconscious mind, like you're dropping a little stone into a pool of water. And then it ripples outwards. Kat says, Yogi's really good about building people up for one of the things I love about him. Thank you, Kat. All right, let's do breath work. Check in the poll one more time. We're going to do the 4-7-8 breath. Let's see, Marlon says, can we do some breath work soon? Possible? Yes, right now. Right now. You ready? Hey, sissy. Planting seeds of golden nuggets. I think that's what we're all doing. I appreciate you guys. Let me just leave it at that. I appreciate you guys. All right. Both Marlon and Willow, you still with us? Sissy is ready. You click on that little thing that says join. Hey, Zoin, thank you. Hey, Joanna. Joanna sent one just Yogi in his basement gift membership. We see who got it. And it was Sean. Thank you so much, my friend. Sissy says, Joanna, you rock. She sure does. All right. Here's how the breath goes. We breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. We hold the breath for a count of 7. We exhale through the mouth, lips pursed, tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth, making a whoosh. The whoosh helps us draw out the breath. We're going to do that for a count of 8. 4, 7, 8. Thank you, guys. Hey, Praveen. For those who are ready, Willow's here still. I appreciate that. Let's do it with our eyes closed. Let's take a regular breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And let the another breath. And just every out breath, we relax a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper. One more breath, breathing in. I'm going to count to 3, and we're going to do 4, 7, 8. Breathing in for 4, holding for 7, exhaling for 8. Hey, Jeff. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath together for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with the whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let the breath go. Let it settle in its own easy and natural rhythm. Relaxed and at ease. Just sit here. When you're ready, only when you're ready, open your eyes, and I'll see you back in the chat. Hey, Adam, do you still want to come up and hang out for a little bit? Hey, Steven. Steven says, what a shine on that head. Even shinier being displayed on my brand new phone. Keep up the shine. You too, my friend. Thank you, Steven. Our good friend Stephen Price is in. He is an illuminating fellow. I always love when Stephen visits. Thank you, my friend. Praveen says, feeling relaxed. Thanks, sir. You're welcome. Thank you, Praveen. Tiger King wants to know what Joanna's favorite football team is. Hey, Sniper. So what did you think of the Alchemist Cafe? You're welcome, Marlon. Marlon, you okay? Hey, Nicola. Nicola says, love to you, my friend. There he is, guys. It seems a lot of people like Man City.
Hello, everyone, and Yogi.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Oh, good, great. Sorry I was late.
That's okay. What's on the agenda for today?
I don't know. What's on your mind?
It's a good question. Let's talk spiritual practice to start things off with.
Okay.
Do you have a formal spiritual practice, or do you think you're at a point right now where everything you do is practice? Everything you do is spiritual in essence?
I believe so. I found in my younger days, I felt the bitterness of shame. So I felt like I had to hide things from God or whatever. But
is that even a possibility?
No, but I mean that was a tendency I have. I mean, I had a moment where I was like, I'm not doing this life too well, and I really wish that God would just take over, get rid of me, use my body, my position, my whatever. Really a huge surrender, and so yeah, I try to make everything a meditative type practice, or either everything sacred or nothing is. But it's hard for me to look at a piece of trash on the side of the road and see the sacredness in it. But that's
Right.
me, That's still me. It's my judgment. It's my stuff. So, yoga in union. Uh, could you elaborate on that? I mean, for example, like meditation. It's not meditation unless it's yoga. Is that a yogic philosophy?
Well, that's actually what yoga means is yoke,
Right.
to join together, and the outcome of any yoga practice is the realization of that divine union that's already there, already taking place. We just don't realize it because, in terms of yoga, what they call the five afflictions of the mind, the kleshas, we see life through the lens of our attachments, all the stuff that we like, people, places, things, objects, as well as our aversions, all the things that we are averse to. Don't want this, don't want that, don't like this person, don't like this other person. Always taints our view. And the other is the belief that we are a small, separate self, separate from God, separate from each other. In other words, an ego. Fear of death, because if we're a small, separate thing, we're going to die. And if we're small and separate, when we die, nothing's going to happen. We're just going to be dead. And last one is ignorance. And it's not ignorance. It's not implying that someone is smarter than another person, whatever. It's ignorant that we don't even see that every way that we view the world is tainted by those four other afflictions of the mind.
Yeah.
So the entirety of yoga is to clear up all of the five afflictions and our samkaras. The samkaras are the emotional imprints that we have in place. So why we do certain things. It's why we like certain foods, like certain people, like certain books and teachings and religions, because we have these emotional imprints. Some say since before birth. So, man, it's like we don't even have a chance. We come into this world already with baggage, and we're given even more. But yoga says, don't worry about it. Meditate, do your asanas, do your breath work, practice the ethical, and meditate, and you'll get there. You want to know what I love about the Course in Miracles?
What?
It says the same thing, and it says, don't even worry about doing all that yoga stuff. Just forgive. Forgive the illusion.
And lots of details on how you can forgive the illusion as well.
Right.
From day one, this thing doesn't mean anything.
What do you?
This coffee has no intent.
What was the first thing about the Course that made you stop and go, I need to know more about this?
I heard a lot of what I would consider spiritual masters talk about the Course. And I don't know, I guess I felt like I was led to it. I feel like I'm kind of led to all the information loosely packed in my head. The five ethical, there's like kind of six for Rosicrucian. And I took notes. But the first one is to clean up the thought. And all these are in the Course in Miracles as well. But, like Gurdjieff teachings. It's like when you wake up to your thought forms, they can be pretty hideous. You know, to wish someone ill, what a hideous thought. Or to, the course calls it attack thoughts. But then the seconds clean up the heart. Try to craft love and don't be so reactive. More understanding, kind. And then observe will. Oh yeah, this is observe the will before an action is taken. And if I go to the store, there's something in me that precedes that, or if I decide to build something, and then positivity. Look for the good in everything, and that's pretty difficult. And equanimity or openness. Be like Chad. I know nothing, as Kat says oftentimes. And then the sixth is harmonize all of those. So as far as practices go, I mean, I don't know. I guess I bounced around a lot. Have you ever heard of autogenic training?
Uh-huh.
I found a book outside Georgia's college out of the library. I had a couple of books, and I found a UNAT, autogenic training. Well, the autonomic system is our heart beating normally without thought, and then an autogenic would be someone who can control that. But it was really, it was a very relaxing, concentrated on the body technique where you lie flat and you tell yourself, I'm relaxed. And thoughts will come up. You say, okay, but not now. I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed. And then right hand warm, left hand warm, right foot, left foot. And you sit there until you can get all your, extremities warm. And then the next one is heavy. And the whole time you're telling yourself you're relaxed. And I used to do this, and I felt like that experience when you're falling right before you fall asleep. There's like a consciousness body kind of weirdness going on. I don't know.
Right.
I loved it because I would get that a lot, and I would. But also, it's you're not supposed to fall asleep, and when you wake up abruptly. You have your hands a certain way, you wake up abruptly, and but I mean, this is when I was an atheist. And then when I first came to meditation, I was a guided Minyar Rinpoche, which beautiful man, and the I can't think of the Tibetan. They have a different outlook on God. They don't. It's almost like it's too sacred to even mention in a way, I believe.
Right.
But it was a really body-centered meditation where you grab a little power from the ground here, and then you plop it in your forehead, and you look at it, and then you feel your body all the way down. But anyway, I got really heavily into body meditation. But in fact, there's a method where you find an emotion wherever in your body that's trapped, and I use that for certain issues I had with people I couldn't let go of, and let it flow out the body. I'm kind of rambling, but lately I've been really into the energetic bodies of I don't want to call it meditation, but just examination. So I've had a lot of spare time on my hands, or just freedom, and it's allowed me to explore so many avenues I couldn't before. And really, with this beautiful internet, there's never been so much information available.
True.
And it's mind blowing.
You would think with the internet that the world would be less divisive. We can know so much more about each other in a way that we were never able to before. You would think there'd be
I
great
think
hope.
one beautiful thing I see in modern time is a letting go of mental constraints, um, religious, um, dogmatic training, political dogmatic training. Um, I think there's more people opening up to we're just a bunch of people, and
You think we're less divided than we were before at this point, or more divided?
I choose to think less. I choose to see a world of love, compassion, and I don't know, mobility, and that's mostly what I see. But I'm in Lynchburg, Tennessee. I don't watch the news. See an article on my phone now. I wonder, what are they trying to sell me, or how are they trying to confuse me? I mean, all this comet stuff and all this other stuff. I mean, you know, weather is so exciting now. I mean, oh wow, it's the biggest storm. I mean, you can't sell weather unless it's damaging or dangerous or whatever. I mean, um, I do know there's more, volcanoes, uh, especially volcanoes. Hurricanes, whatever. I mean, natural disasters and whatnot. But um,
Hey,
I think
what do you think of this as far as natural disasters? Do you think what occurs in the natural world is an effect on what is occurring on the internal world
the internal world in us, or the internal world of
of
the
us,
collective. I
the
mean, yeah,
collective?
the collective.
Of course, because the collective is made out of us, individual.
Whew, I hate glasses. um, yeah. I mean, according to the course, this grass couldn't be here if it weren't for me. I mean, did I make this grass? No, but I mean, collectively, yeah, we probably did. Um, I can't even see past my attitude on the grass, let alone its
Um,
ultimate purpose.
the course might take it a step further and say that no one made the grass because it doesn't actually exist.
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
way,
It's.
Kat says, "Oh, hey, Adam. By the way, I like your shirt. It looks good on you."
Oh, thank you. Collarless. I think that was in style, in vogue at some time or other. Everything I have is either old or from a secondhand store.
Yeah, this shirt was my dad's.
Clothes last a
Um,
long time if you take care of them.
yeah,
But
true. They do. So I guess it's going to be on Wednesday. One of the things that we're really going to dive into is what is meant in A Course in Miracles when they talk about the illusory world.
that's good. That's good.
Um,
It's funny we're talking about this because I've been doing Rosicrucian practices, which are certain yogic moves. I mean,
right.
they're very specific things.
They were inspired by you. They were inspired by yoga.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's practices, but these are practices, and the practice is great without expectation. I believe, and anybody who says practice makes perfect doesn't realize that perfect practice makes perfect. Bad practice builds in. I mean, if I'm trying to teach somebody how to play tennis and they've been playing for years poorly, it's kind of, I got to work their tendencies out, or whatever, weight training. Um, but yeah, but
Hey,
but yeah, you know, talked about the Christum last time, or the Christ oil. Um, I mean, these are, you said the course referred to it as magic.
Right.
Well, I mean, I believe in magic in a young girl's heart. No, I believe in magic, but I believe it's very much our responsibility to use it. It's on us how we use it. And I think if we try to use fouled magic, we will get fouled results. If I think that I can harm someone with my mental powers, maybe I can, but it's not a, you know,
I
you
want
won't
to say,
sleep well.
I want to say personally, for me, I believe in strange magic. I like to think that I got a strange magic.
I think you do have a strange magic, Yogi.
Thank you.
You
I couldn't let you just make that musical reference without giving one of my own.
I love that song, man.
So do I. I'm a big fan of ELO.
Oh, ELO.
There was a long stretch in the 70s of corporate rock where it all sort of sounded the same a little bit. And ELO was a breath of fresh air.
Well, you can't be able to orchestrate rock and roll without having quite a bit of talent.
Right? Yeah, true. Good point.
I mean, that's the most seamless. They would bounce in and out of opera, out of classical, very jazzy. I mean, wow. I would say they're in the top 5 musical genius group.
Hey,
I would put
you
them
had
above
mentioned
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. But sorry,
right,
go ahead.
you had mentioned Perfect Practice. You ever read Malcolm Gladstone?
No.
He's the one who came up with that 10,000 hours of practice.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Right.
Yeah,
What do you think about that? Do you think it takes 10,000 hours to master something?
maybe. I didn't put a stopwatch on it, but I have a very good example of that. Is when I started at a dental lab, I couldn't make one single crown that would work. I had to learn that. And my
Huh.
first crown probably took me 30, 40 minutes. Woo, I did a molar, you know, and that took months, took about 4 months before I could do this. Uh, but by the time I left, I could grind out a crown in 5 minutes, no matter how old it was. You know, 2 to 5 minutes. I could do multiple bridge, very complicated cases, but it takes dedication and adaptability. It takes a lot of consideration.
How did that play in with your own art artwork? Were you someone that
Well,
dedicated practice to your art, or were you just someone who sort of showed up?
somebody told me about the job. I took a carving in, and Tortoise hired me, and I started out at a training wage, and it went from there. But about 7 months, I did two centrals, two front teeth for a very particular dentist. Um, because of my sculpture background, maybe I don't know. But I was told that nobody ever catches on this fast. So I mean, it's a very you know, yeah, it's it's tedious and wow. I mean, we were cranking out thousands and thousands of cases. So yeah, it's a lot of practice. But it's almost like you reach a point where there's no thought.
Right. I forget which famous artist said um, that someone commented on how simplistic his style was, um, something along those lines. And his reply was yes, or how easy and natural and simplistic his style looked. Um, and his reply was on the lines of yes, but it took him 40 years to learn how to be a practice, to learn how to be simple, and in his artwork. That
Nice.
practice. Sometimes we think practice gets rid of spontaneity, but think of jazz. Jazz is all spontaneity, 100%. And yet you had to master the instrument in order to be able to do that.
Yes.
It's like the
Yeah.
Grateful Dead. People mention how they had like a psychic connection. They could just they never had a set list. They would play, and then they would just naturally go into whatever song came to mind, and they would all go in sync together. Uh, Amazing to watch, especially amazing when you're there and you're dancing and you're heavily influenced by certain plant medicine, uh, because you're a conscious participator with the band. Everyone is sliding in. The dance shifts right into the next song. An amazing, amazing.
You lose yourself in the crowd, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, you
Hey,
become one with the whole thing. It's
by
just,
the way, you and I are going to be famous coming up.
oh no.
The Eric Lapointe made a video. He made a short. He shot a short, and he had us up in the background because he was watching. He was watching the live. So,
Oh
and he
no.
didn't know. So,
Man, Eric has such a great energy. He does. So many
yes,
beautiful people come here. I really enjoyed the story this afternoon. Um, Goldie's
Goldie.
story.
Yeah,
Um, it's interesting how we end up where we are.
true. Hey, Tiger King wants to know if you believe in ghosts.
I can. I'll tell you this. Carl Jung had a lady in a room under hypnosis, and I mean things started flying about. Kinetic activity unexplained. Um, in fact, Jung was talking to Freud, and a book jumped off the shelf, and he said, "See, synchronicity." Freud put it back and said, "Oh, it's just coincidence." Well, the book jumped off again. Um, it's a story, but I think I have a friend who says she can communicate with ghosts, and I believe that's possible.
What would
Sure.
What would Carl Jung say about ghosts?
Hmm. I don't know.
I
I
think
don't know.
Freud would probably dismiss it as uh,
An
unconscious
extension of the
projection of the
psyche?
ego.
Yeah, or an extension of the psyche or something. Yeah.
Right. But I think Carl Jung, I don't know what he would say either, but I think he'd have a very interesting. I think he might talk about it as part of the collective unconsciousness.
Um,
I can Google it.
or he might say that people slip off into ethereal realms or even mental realms or something. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of collective contact there.
Right.
Maybe time and space collapse at a point where that you can communicate with someone who was here, but now seems to not be. I don't know.
So, IE overview says he had a complex view of ghosts, believing they were manifestations of autonomous psychological complexes rather than external entities. Though he also believed that they were meaningful and real phenomenon within the uh, phenomenological logical world.
Huh. Nice. I wish I could
Uh,
hang out with Carl Jung.
yeah.
In the end, he just made his own fires and lived a very simple life.
Right.
Cut his own wood, and what's that old saying? When you the student, you cut wood, carry water, and
Before enlightenment, cut wood, carry water. After enlightenment, cut wood, carry water.
right, yeah.
You mentioned Donovan the other day.
Oh yeah,
You remember his song, First There Is a Mountain, Then No Mountain, Then There Is?
yeah.
That's a Zen line. Before enlightenment, you just see a mountain, and you see it from an egoic perspective. What's in it for me? Can I conquer it? Can I exploit it? Can I explore it? But it's all what's in it for me. And then you get enlightened, and you see there really is no mountain. It's illusory. No such thing as an actual mountain. And then as you begin to embody enlightenment itself, you see a mountain again. But now you see it as a manifestation of pure spirit. You see it as nothingness and somethingness at the same time, that from an infinite field of potential possibility, somehow consciousness itself, the universe itself, arranged itself to form a mountain for us to climb and experiment on and to hang out.
Nice. Well, somebody's coming up talking about the course's dream or illusory, the
Yep.
illusory world, the illusory mountain. I mean, yeah, it's it's funny with people, I dabbled with psychology, or whatever, studied psychology on and off for a while, and I sometimes it's easy for me to see. I don't want to label anything, but neurosis or whatever, I can. It's pretty easy for me to see what drives people sometimes, but forgiveness lets that go. So there's really like not a person there or whatever. There is no mountain, And then when they pop back up, it's like infinite potential or something. It's I mean, people behave however, but people can surprise you. The person you think is the most irritating, horrible person in the world can suddenly be somebody else.
This is why the Course talks about all we can ever see is our interpretation and not the actuality. That we see someone, and I talk about this all the time, that, it's so easy to view someone as an enemy or as bad or even evil. But all we can ever see is our interpretation of that person and not the truth about that person. We don't know what they're thinking. We don't know what their motives are. We don't know what happened in their life to bring those motives about. The enemy of ignorance is, I don't want to say knowledge, but knowing. If I know you, if I know Adam, I can never hate Adam.
Oh, thank you.
But because now I know you. You know what I mean? Now, if I had knowledge about Adam, just knowledge, I could still paint a picture. If someone gave me knowledge that Adam had long hair, he had a beard, he had a really cool shirt, that I could still offer an interpretation of that.
Making sure I have it buttoned right. Yeah. I've what is it? George Harrison said, "We always hurt the ones we love." It's so easy for me to, love the people at Aldi's where I get my groceries, or the little cigarette store.
Right.
I love talking with these people, but I'm not. But my mom or my brother or my, people I have more history with. It's more challenging. But one thing I've learned is you really need to let go of that history. It's just history.
Yep.
If I've known somebody for years, I should love them and set them free from my judgment, from my,
Hey, can you flip that around? Can you do that for yourself? Can you free yourself of your own personal history?
Sure, man. Yeah.
That's what
The
Carlos
more you
Castaneda
forgive
recommended.
people for their stuff, the more you forgive yourself, I believe.
Right.
I mean, if I have no animosity towards the soul on this planet, I feel pretty good, man.
Hey, you
Hey,
want to
I
do something,
accomplished something.
right? You want to do something different?
Maybe.
We got about I don't know, 20 minutes or so left. Ask Yogi and ask Adam and Percolated Fish, whatever. Throw out a question, and you and I will freestyle. We'll come up with whatever.
I love questions.
All right, guys. Any questions for me and for Adam about like anything? Like Blue Moon, thank you for that. Like Ghost, you know,
Yeah.
or gave us a chance to talk about Carl Jung and Freud. Whatever you guys got, throw it out there. What do you guys want to ask us? Not that we have information. All we can offer is what we think, and what we think might change. So for me,
Well,
I neither believe in ghosts nor not believe in ghosts.
I think it's fine. I mean, if somebody believes in anything, it's fine.
Right.
You know, I mean, me personally, I'll tell you when I was starting to meditate. I'm glad I knew this little thing about Carl Jung because when I was meditating, there was this loud popping going on behind me. I knew I had a little mouth, but I mean, this was loud. He'd have to be a super mouse to make this popping behind me. And I'm like, okay, I told myself this is the challenge. I'm going to have to meditate through this popping. And eventually it stopped. I never figured out what was popping. Maybe it was something, maybe I had a rat I didn't know about. But no, you know, it's so did I ever tell you about agua and water shooting out of the drain?
You did actually.
Okay, I mean just weird, you know. I've seen weird physical phenomena. I mean, of course, you know, I'm not asking anyone to believe me, but
Hey, Kat wants to know why you chose the name Percolated Fish.
well, behind me is a sunburst, and I don't know if y'all can see my fish or not, but it's like they're burning up in the sun. You know, they're getting percolated.
How are they holding up?
Pretty well.
Good.
Actually, yesterday was stressful. I cleaned the tank. I overfeed them because they're so cute. Then the water goes cloudy, and then I have to do them. You know, so I worry about my little fish sometimes.
Hey, Praveen wants to know, for both of us, have you ever thought about joining the army or service?
Me, no.
Never even like.
Actually, I almost joined the Navy. Sorry, I forgot about that. I left my story back there. It was in the 80s. We weren't in war or anything. I wanted to see the world on the government dime. But then they wanted to make me a nuclear technician on a submarine. I went a couple of times and no, I, whatever, no.
I thought about it actually quite a few times in my younger years. I even thought about that I would like to do special forces just to see if I could do special forces. I don't know if I ever actually wanted to serve. I just sort of wanted to go through special service and, then, all right, I'm done. But then you got to follow that up with, 4 years afterwards. And I was like, 4 years is an awful long time to commit to anything.
What
And
if you went to war?
Right.
You know?
And I almost joined the National Guards once. Very close. Sniper wants to know, Adam, your thoughts on Chinese maps of the 1400s with no snow, but mountains and cities mapped out.
How I don't know. I'm not familiar with these maps.
What are they? What are the cities? What's it a map of? Is it a map just of China, or is it a map? What are your thoughts on who came to the so-called New World? There's thoughts that Africans came to the Americas well before. There's thought that the Chinese might have, well before even the Vikings.
Well, I have
And the
Cherokee
Polynesians.
blood. I have Cherokee blood, which is like, it doesn't make sense. It came from more like middle or wherever. I mean, it doesn't follow that theory of yesteryear. I don't know. I will say this. Recently studying the Platonic solids, I found it interesting that the oldest example of the Platonic solids are found on balls in Scotland, dating, I think, over 3,000 years old. But the Platonic solids can be drawn on balls. Really, it comes from the sphere is the ideal Platonic form. One point in the center, and it's equidistant everywhere. And then there's the tetrahedron, which Buckminster Fuller really got heavily into. And it's the strongest because wherever you press, the angles, they don't want to bend out. It's the strongest form of the tetrahedron. And
it's a magic name for me, by the way.
What?
That's a magic name for me, by the way. Buckminster Fuller.
Oh, I love Bucky.
Me too. Me too.
I mean, he was the first man who mapped the world's resources and said, hey, we got to rethink this. Of course, he was just an idiot hanging out with college kids. What would Buckminster Fuller know?
What I loved, his brilliance was tempered with his love of humanity, love of the world. That he was so anti-exploitation that it was amazing. I loved his thought of, we need new paradigms. Hey, Duncan. That we need to shatter. He said, dare to be naive. What a wonderful saying! Dare to be naive. It's the only thing that's ever changed the world.
That was one of those 6 Rosicrucian principles before you can open the heart.
Oh,
those 6 open the 12 petal, whatever.
I like that.
Yeah, dare to be naive, definitely. I mean, we're taught as children, we have to have the answer and respond, react. It's not response, it's reaction. 2 plus 2 is what? What? Right. I used to have a lady hit me in the head in pre-algebra with a ruler.
Wow.
But whatever. That doesn't happen.
Dostoevsky. How close did I get to pronouncing that right?
I liked it.
Thank you. Notes from the Underground?
Yeah.
Where the formula is 2 plus 2 equals 4, right?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about this before, right?
Right.
2 plus 2 always equals 4, and you need to live, like you said, taught from the beginning. You need, as we're kids, you needed 2 plus 2 equals 4. You need to go to school, get a job, have kids, raise your family, retire, play some golf, and then die. And teach your kids how to do the same. That's definitely not daring to be naive.
No.
But the Underground man said, but what if I want to live in a 2 plus 2 equals 5 world? What if I want to be an artist? What if I want to be a Zen master? What if I want to dare to be naive? What if I want to be, what if my name is Jesus and my father wants me to follow in the trade and be a carpenter? But I want to be the light of the world. What if I want to sit under the Buddha tree and meditate until I'm enlightened and save countless people over countless generations a life of suffering? That's daring to be naive. Now, Kenneth Wapnick, the course teacher, great course teacher, said, that's a great way to go. 5 plus 5, 2 plus 2 equals 5. Great way of thinking outside of the box. But that's only the beginning, because there's only one mathematical formula that counts, and that is 1 plus 1 always and only equals 1, because that's all there is one thing. So the trick is we carry through the world as if we're living in a 2 plus 2 world, believing in the dream, believing in the illusion. But in our hearts, we know that 2 plus 2 equals 5, and we're nonconformist. And that eventually, even that 2 plus 2 equals 5 fades away to the 1 plus 1 equals 1. That's the only math I know.
Nice. Nice. I like to think of it like if somebody tells me a biological discovery about a certain algae that can transform into this, hey, great, but does it matter? What really matters? I mean, with that said, I mean, this dream does have patterns and tendencies and whatnot, immeasurable. As a collective, we made sure that our math kind of works out half the time. And when that math actually makes sense, okay, I can operate with that, but it doesn't really matter ultimately.
Right.
If my car's alternator's broken, I can't just wish it was whatever, the battery, or, I can't cleverly think my way out of a solution to a issue in a dream. But I can see things as not so much problems as puzzles.
Huh.
And I don't. That's kind of why I'm digging the Rosicrucians and the Platonic solids and things, is because there's I like the maps of the body. I wish I knew way more. I wish I was a Chinese medicine man. I mean, all those natties and all that stuff, I found it fascinating.
Right.
I used to do reflexology, and I just had a book. I was, I'm no acupuncturist, but I can follow a foot chart, and it actually works. But yeah, I think when the mountain appears again, and it's all spiritual, like mountain, it's a time to ask the mountain what it's about.
I like that. You ready for a different question?
Sure. Yeah.
From Paveen. It's one for me, you, and Sniper as well. Do husbands ever truly understand their wives, or is winning against them just a dream?
Is what a dream?
Winning.
Winning?
Yep.
I don't understand winning in marriage. Marriage.
Good answer.
I mean, I understand my wife when she speaks to me. Do I understand her inner workings? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I'm talking about my ex-wife, which we get along now almost as well as we did in the golden years, but we're just not,
Right.
I don't think it's for us to understand anybody. People really want to be accepted, not understood. It's an illusion that I want to be understood. Really, I just want to be accepted and loved.
Right.
And I think that goes for everybody.
I agree. And man, we don't even understand ourselves, let alone trying to understand someone else.
Yeah. In fact, it's harder to understand ourselves than other people if you really go down that road.
I agree.
But anyway.
I'm glad you had a good day, Dino.
Oh man, but that's a good question.
It is.
I think I'm in touch with my inner feminine. I love nurturing plants and little fish, and I don't know. I mean, at least I'm in touch with that. I don't,
Sure.
Hey,
Hey, do you think that makes a difference, being at peace with yourself?
I think it makes all the difference. I mean,
Can you imagine the suffering that must, and probably you might have been through it, or I know I've been through it, where you have to uphold a certain image. This is what a man is supposed to do, supposed to be, and supposed to behave. Um, and you block anything else.
and what are they? Ideas, their thought forms, their paradigms, their protection. You know, ideas and the ego are very similar. You know, the moment I start having ideas, thoughts are okay, but thoughts come and go. Ideas stick around a little longer, and then they become paradigms,
Right.
prisons in which we, you
Wasn't it
know,
John Lennon? He said everything gets messed up when we organize it. Something along those lines.
it sounds great.
Like you said,
Good.
thoughts are fine, but when we organize those thoughts, thoughts about God are wonderful. When we organize those thoughts, we get a religion. Now we got some trouble.
Well, and when we try to defend them or think they actually matter, which is in the course, my thoughts don't mean anything.
Right.
Very good lesson. But when we place meaning, then we need validation. So you must believe like I do, or I'm vulnerable. And then we can all stick together like glue in our illusions and feel protected in this illusory boundary of we're this way and they're that way or whatever.
Isn't it
Man,
odd that we would go ahead?
no, just the man versus nature thing.
Right.
I'm
Isn't it
separate.
isn't it odd that we'll fight to the death, literally to the death, for our ideas, and yet they're not really even ours. We inherited our ideas from our parents and grandparents and the media and teachers and magazines and books. Um, some newscaster told us that this group is going to attack us or invade us or whatever. And someone gives us an idea and we decide, I'm going to fight for that. I'm going to kill for that. And I'll even die for it. And yet it's just an idea.
That's why I wouldn't join the army, or I almost joined the Navy, but we were at peace. I thought there's no way.
And that's when it
But
happens.
yeah, I'm glad. But anyway, yeah, Desert Storm wasn't far after that actually, but and that involved a lot of ships. But wow, that I'm stuck in 1980 whatever now. Yeah, it's their ideas, man. I mean, you know, even ideas of my children. You know, I'm going to save all this for my children, and I'm going to let these children starve.
Right.
I mean, all children are your children. All grandmothers are your grandmothers. So treat all elderly ladies very, gently. My dad was my best teacher, man. She really was. She was so sweet and cute and smart, and always a lady. And if I was having a hard time, I don't know, swallowing somebody's behavior, I would I'd ask myself, what would Sophie do? Sometimes she'd just walk away quietly. Sometimes she would just look kind of confused. Sometimes she'd just hold her tongue out and breathe the air, you know.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, how far back does your family go in Tennessee?
I have no idea. Let's see. That way is like McMinnville, and my great grandfather was a full-blooded Cherokee Indian, and he and his brother were adopted by a couple of wealthy families. And they own tons of land. There's nurseries. McMinnville's the nursery capital of the world. But evidently, these people had a lot of land. and my great grandfather inherited a lot of money. It's weird to have a great grandfather Cherokee who was wealthy, but he inherited a lot of land. And but you know, in that way, I mean, my Cherokee ancestors have probably lived in Tennessee for eons.
Right. Cool.
So, yeah. But yeah,
Adam, we're going to have to wrap things up.
cool.
I enjoy
Well,
our
I hope
conversations.
I enjoy our conversations too, Yogi.
And I think it serves us best sometimes to, I like winging it with you.
I like winging. Winging's nice. People can ask me personal questions or whatever, man. I mean, I've done a lot of crazy things and I've learned from it. So anyway, but I like to get stumped. My favorite thing, the older I get, is to figure out I was wrong about something. A new perspective.
Nice. That's the whole basis of A Course in Miracles. Is saying, I can only see this through my limited lens of the perspective of the ego, and it is causing me misery. It's causing me to suffer. It's causing people around me to be miserable and to suffer. I would like to see it a different way. I would like to ask for a different perspective that is based upon the Holy Spirit and not the ego. A miracle, shifted perception. You're a natural miracle worker, Adam.
I don't know, but I hope so. I hope so.
I always get a new perspective when I talk to you. I end up saying things I didn't know I was going to say. I get a new perspective. I appreciate it.
Oh, I get so much from you, Yogi, and everybody here. It's it blows my mind. There's so many kind people out on the internet. I kind of figured there were because I see kind people at the grocery store and even Walmart. When I'm cruising around Walmart, I know who to talk to. Some people are really stressed, but
Kat says, "Thank you, Adam. Always enjoy when you're up."
Thank you, Kat.
Sniper says the reflection.
Sniper says
the reflection.
The reflection?
Yep.
Thank you. Sniper is a good reflection of me.
Tomorrow we'll be hanging out with Miss Blipper.
Awesome. Miss Blipper's so sweet.
I love my Mondays with Miss Blipper.
Y'all just wing it all the time too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm trying to do that with the people that come up. Goldie was the exception because she had a story she wanted to tell in a very specific way. So I just kicked back and let her tell the story. But everyone
stories. Yeah. I like linear stories.
But everyone else who comes up, it's definitely I'm going to wing it. I don't have any set questions. I know a little bit of what I would like to address, but I don't, as I told them when I invite them up, it's not an interview. I'm not going to say, I don't know what I'm going to say. We're just going to talk. That's what I did with David, Tom, and it was just very, very, I loved what they said,
Yeah.
Had I tried to plan that, I would have made a complete mess about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's an interviewing style that is just so whatever. And right. It's funny because were you aware that Seinfeld kind of made a faux pas on Carson?
No.
Carson wasn't a huge fan of Seinfeld.
No.
And Seinfeld made a remark that this old Carson kind of set the stage for the interview, really. And then Jerry started his thing, stars having coffee in cars or something, and something like that. But I think I watched one or two, and I just, I wasn't impressed. Or it didn't capture my interest,
Right.
But but I love the flow of just, I guess what I'm saying is when I watched Carson, it didn't seem like an interview. It seemed like an intimate, hey, let's get to know each other a little better or something. I wasn't a huge fan of Letterman, but it was okay.
No, I like Letterman.
But,
I don't know if I would like him as much now, where I am in life. I think I might nowadays find him a little too mean-spirited and sarcastic.
You ever notice his cards?
Uh,
You ever notice when a guest messed with his head that he went right to the cards? It's like he builds a wall.
I've never noticed that. You ever watch Craig Ferguson?
Mm-mm.
He would have another talk show host in the mid 2000s. He would come out with cards, and as soon as his guest sat down, throw them away. Let's just talk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. But if anybody's bored, Frank Zappa really challenged Letterman. That's one of the. Anyway,
he was sharp. Frank Zappa was sharp.
Hey, I had this random thought before I came up and I almost forgot it. But I really want people to know that poinsettias are dangerous to dogs and small children. Christmas is coming up, and poinsettias are very dangerous for dogs and children.
Okay, good information. What about cats? Do you know?
Yeah, definitely. No pets and poinsettias. Yeah, something about them is attractive.
I'll keep that in mind. Not that I would buy one, but you never know when I get all kinds of strange gifts from people.
Yeah. Well, don't set it in the corner where a baby or a whatever,
right?
Or your pet squirrel. I wish I had a pet squirrel.
You never know. You put it out.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going to happen.
I think I'd like to live in a barn with just a bunch of animals.
Not a bad way to live. Definitely help keep you warm.
It would. I bet they're all quiet at night. Snuggled in their warm hay. Anyway, well, I'm just rambling now, Yogi. It was great,
okay.
Man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Adam. Guys, we're going to sign off. I'm going to sign off with Adam, and I'll see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock, and then 1 for Miss Blipper. I don't think anything's going on in the evening, but I got all kinds of stuff planned for this week. We'll see if everything plans out the way it hopefully will. We'll say goodnight for us, Adam.
Good night, all. Love you and have a wonderful week.
Perfect. See you guys.